Hey guys, my name is Shannon Guatemala, and I am 20 years old, and I recently just went to Guatemala in May for a mission trip. I was at work. I was hanging out with some of my friends on my break, and Tracy texted me and asked if I was busy, and I told her no, and she called me and she told me that I had been nominated to go to Guatemala for a mission trip, and I was hesitant. I didn't know. I'd never been out of the country, and I found out that my brother Ben was going, and I felt better about it. I thought, why not go and experience something great and get out of my comfort zone, because I'd never left the country, so I didn't know anything about anywhere else in the world. So I was pretty glad when Tracy told me, and I told everybody at work, and I was jumping up and down and throwing a party for myself, really, so it was really great.
Open up your heart and let me in.
I was excited because I heard that we were going to be working with kids and doing all kinds of medical things, and I love children. So even though there was like a language barrier of Spanish and English, it wasn't hard for either of us to understand each other, which is really great to see through God, because language is no barrier for people and human beings who care about each other. So that's why I was really excited. We left for Guatemala on my birthday. So the Nate and Ben and Nicole and Abel and Bradley they played a little joke on me. They got me and I didn't know about it. We got to the airport probably around 4 o'clock in the morning, and once everybody else had joined us and was ready to check in, all of a sudden Bradley opens his suitcase and takes out donuts. And I was like, oh yeah, donuts, I'm hungry, I can do this is a great way to start my birthday. And then Abel started singing. And so did Nicole, and they got the whole airport to sing happy birthday to me, and it was really great, let me tell you. On the first night, we were all sitting together for a meeting, getting ready for the week and what everybody was going to be doing, and there was a last minute change, and the man Bubba, who was going over the meeting, said that there was a preschool class, and immediately everybody looked at me because everyone had known what I wanted to do, and I pretty much jumped out of my seat, and he was like, we need somebody to volunteer to teach for the week, and I went, me, please, and I was the only one to really volunteer to do it all week. So I was the reoccurring face Monday through Friday, and come to find out that morning when we first started class, one of the little boys is actually the son of the family who let us stay in their home. So it was even better for that. And then I also did VBS in the afternoon with a church every day, and I swear there was maybe 150 to 300 kids almost every day, and that was really great too, because I got to spend the morning kind of peaceful with 10 preschool kids, and then in the afternoon I just got to jam out. I saw God move in my life, just in me, in my soul. While I was there, I was much more happy and willing to participate and help others as much as I could. And I'm the type of person where I'm kind of a loner, but I didn't want to be alone while I was there. I wanted to be out doing something, helping someone. We had cornhole tournaments all the time, and it was my first time playing, and I made 3 in a row, and just being around the people, I could see that it was changing in me, and I could see that I was changing around other people, changing them in our relationships, because I was actually able to build relationships. I was actually able to open up and let some of my walls down, and it was truly great. I think that's how I saw God the most.
Look my way, my love.
Well, funny story, actually. My whole life I've been going to Young Life and the Well and church and all kinds of youth group type activities with the church, and I'd always heard God say, whenever somebody would talk about leaving the country, I'd hear him in my head just be like, that's what you need to do, that's where you need to go, you need to venture out. And of course, as we all do, I didn't want to listen because I was afraid and I was scared, and I just thought, maybe eventually I'll go do something. And it was on my mission trip to Guatemala that I actually found myself and why God created me and what I'm supposed to do. I could feel God literally inside of me telling me that my being of my soul was to be there for other people and care for people and listen and pretty much be adaptable to any relationship, which I've known in my heart that that's how I am my entire life, but it made more sense, and I found so much clarity because I have kind of like a deep soul, at least that's what I think about myself. I feel everything so genuinely and so deeply that I didn't feel as though I could control it. But since that night in Guatemala, I have felt nothing but peace. I don't really stress about anything anymore. I don't really get angry with people. I feel like I really found the light. On our way back, like driving back to Brummett here to drop Ben and I off, I saw all of the houses on the roads where we tend to think, oh my gosh, they're old, they're rustic, that isn't a place I'd want to live in. And the first thought in my mind when I saw those houses is, how beautiful. Like, I don't know what it was, but it was like a rush over me to think, there's actually a roof over that house, and it's not completely rusted and incapable of living in. There's clean water and space and room for somebody to live. I never felt more blessed than in that moment when I saw that. It seems like all of the things that would normally turn people away are just making me more and more open to it. And with this trip, I just want to go see the world now. I want to go see how other people live and how they interact and their cultures, and I want to be a part of that because we're all sons and daughters of Christ, and I just want to experience everybody's life with them. To all the people that helped my brother and I and Nate be able to go on this incredible journey of our lives, I really want to say thank you, because without y'all, I never would have been able to experience anything like this. I never would have been able to see how other people live around the world and how blessed we truly are, and actually not take it for granted anymore. Because if we had to do this on our own and pay for it ourselves, I don't think I would have ever found out who I truly was, or seen my brother so happy with kids, or Nate just grow in his personality. I never really would have got to meet the church. They felt like such a family, and it was so easy for me to bond with them. I wouldn't have anything to look forward to in my life with Guatemala if I wasn't able to go.
Your heart, and let me in.